Everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 58 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of FTB Sky's Expert Mode. Today, I'm making more element binders, so we can bind some elements. That's the plan, at least. I might wind up making more of these element containers, but at this point, Elemental Craft, we've got a pretty solid amount of, resources going on here. Like, really good. Like, the automation that we set up last episode is going great. As a result, today, I'd like to start working towards making the pure crystals that I want to get from Elemental Craft, so we can get Fireite, because Fireite requires some pure crystals, and that'll allow me to upgrade my power generation system. Like, right now, it's okay. We're doing alright, but we're still a little bit choking on power. We're not doing great, as you can see. Like, power is just, I'm not entirely sure where it's all going, if I'm being honest. Oh, yeah, I remember. It's all going over here. Yeah, that's right. This thing's power hungry. I think it's 1,000,000 RF per dash space plating. So I've been kind of like letting it sit here. The way I configured this is this has a low priority. So it'll prioritize like doing this or that or this. Like all my other machines are prioritized. And then any excess power that we have can go towards making the dash space plating. Now obviously I need a lot more dash space plating. I'm also going to need a lot more dash ingots. Primarily because I do. That's just how it works. It's just I have a lot of need for dash ingots. So we'll let this run and kind of like keep an eye on it, if you will. But meanwhile, I was going to work on other things while I'm kind of waiting for my dash to craft. And not for nothing, trying to speed up the dash crafting by making more power gen. So, that's pretty much where we're at. So what I've been working towards currently is the following. I've been crafting a little bit over here so I can get more stuff. One thing we're going to need a healthy amount of are swift alloys. So that's going to need gold, drenched copper, redstone, and then air crystals. Now we should have like more inert crystals going on, courtesy of... Yeah, good. Woohoo! That's nice. That's definitely nice. These are rare, but you definitely get them from sieving crushed netherrack, which is another reason I automated the netherrack. Like, yes, I wanted the blaze and the netherite scrap, but like the crystals as well. They're pretty rare, so it's a nice way to get a lot of them. So we know we're going to need some air ones for this. Basically, I'm just going to do this. I might wind up... I'm not sure. So some of these you can automate, like, individual things, because they're like, yeah, it'll always be like springaline shards, like, if you put amethyst in, it goes to water. But like air crystals, not as much, because inert crystals can turn into any kind of crystal. So if we were going to do this, we wouldn't have like a shared input-output chest kind of deal going on. That's the plan, at least. So we're going to want some more drenched steel, and I think gold was the first one. So let's aim to make like 8 of these. Does that sound cool? And then copper. And then what was it? Redstone? Yes. And then the air crystal. That sounds good. So what I'm going to want is 6 more drenched steel, which is luckily pretty easy now because we have so much water going on. I'll look into seeing if I can automate this in a slightly better way. So then it should just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the element binder. Nice. And I think it does matter what order you put them in. So if you do decide to automate this, like, don't click in the wrong order. It does not go well. Pretty sure that's accurate, right? Like, if I did this, it's not going to work. See? And how are we doing on air? Plenty of air. Like, yeah, it has to recharge, but, I mean, we've got enough that I think we're going to be cool. And I might want to look into element containers. Like the top tier container one, like this dude. Those need an element container, springaline glass, pure crystals, and pristine fire gems. So you have to specify what type of reservoir you're making, and it needs a pristine gem, which is, not hard. it's definitely doable. Cool. So there's some Swift alloys. Nice. All right, so first we're going to need a pure infuser. Pure infusers need strongly contained crystals, which need Swift alloy nuggets. So not a big deal there. And then an element infuser, which also not a big deal. Just need another. I thought I had a bunch of contained crystals. I feel like I made a ton of those. Maybe I'm misremembering. Make sure we have a bunch of nuggets handy, because I'm sure I'll need some at some point. There we go. Pure infuser. Nice. Looking good. Step 1. Step 2 will be each of the different elements' pedestals. So for that, we're going to start with an element infuser. Then we're going to get either a fine or pristine version of the gem, a Swift alloy, and 2 white rocks. And they're all about the same. It's just, you know, you need a decent amount of the right appropriate stuff, and then you need the gems. Now remember, gems are made like so. So should I maybe get another set of 4 element containers and gem crystallizers? I feel like that would be cool, right? That would be kind of cool. We could probably afford that. How expensive is it to make more of these? We just need some springaline dust, and we need some more drenched steel and some more element pipes, which should also be relatively easy. How are we on pipes? We have impaired element pipes and heat pipes. So let's get rid of the impaireds while we're at it. With more drenched steel. Part of me does want to kind of like automate this thing. But I think we're about to move it, so I don't want to set up the automation now if we're about to move it, right? Okay. So then you should have no problem making that. Three, 4, 8. Cool. All right, and then if we want more element containers, we're going to need some more of you. I swore I made a bunch of those. Well, now I made a bunch of those. Deal? All right, so now element containers should be relatively easy to get more of. 1, 2, and then we're going to need some more element pipes. 3, 4. Now my question is, I still want you guys to have like a healthy-ish amount. So I'm thinking I might want to just like break all these across and then let it rebuild up its buffer. And it should be okay to do that. Right? And then we could put our crystallizers on top. Or, like, because sometimes I want the rune scribes and sometimes I want the crystallizers. So I could just leave these 4 here and then break and replace the crystallizers as needed. That seems a little annoying, but maybe as a good first step, that could be cool. That could work, right? I think so. Yeah, we're good on lighting. Okay. And then we're just going to want some more pipes to make these guys. So element pipes, we're going to want at least a couple. Okay. Perfect. And then you should be able to drain, 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 and drain. And that'll get you guys all up and running again. Nice. And I might set up my laser IO automation here. So if I wanted this automated like so, I would want him there, really. And then we could have a chest in front of him. That seems better to me. I think so. So on the down, you would extract with a filter. We should probably get a few more of these. Right? and one item at a time, because you never put more than one into this bit. And you would do things like steel and amethyst shards, right? And then also on the down, you could stock whitelist. I think it has to be in allow mode. And it would be springaline shards and drenched steel, right? And then on this side, it would just be that. So now I do something like that, and we're cruising, right? Is that cool? I mean, we'll use a bunch of stuff, but I think that'll be neat. 16 sounds like a good number for now. Cool. All right. And then if I need to do any other, we'll do that. But like, we do make a lot of water resources, so I feel like at least automating that one is smart. Cool. Okay. So now that we've got that cooking, what we'll want to do is start making all these guys. So we want the gems, so the crystallizers, right? So you guys should be getting filled up now. And then you'll start getting filled up. And then that'll be cool, right? So everybody's doing exactly what they should be. Now I'm curious if I can tick accelerate these, just for science. Element evaporator. Is he getting like a ton of elements now? If we do that, is that making a difference in terms of how many elements we're getting? Does it seem like it is? Might be. He might be making a difference. Can't quite tell. There's no numbers to go off of, but it's possible. I'm just going to leave it. It should just be cool, right? All right. So now, let's start. We'll just go down the line for crystallizations. Is that cool? So we'll start with you. And we're going to want crystal. So remember, we do want you. Beautiful. So for you, you're going to go here, and then a diamond, right? And then we hope for a decent one. And if we don't get it, what we can do is put another crystal on top, I believe. And then put the crude gem back in. And then it has a chance to get better. And if that doesn't work, we do it again. Am I wrong about this? Or am I just getting bad RNG? I know I can, like, drop... So, like, if you put some of these guys on there, it improves the chance of getting a good one. At least I feel like that was the case. That's right, I didn't whitelist you. Man, I'll just do these ones manually. Okay. So wasn't it like you can... Can't you, like, make these... Yeah, with other shards. Okay. That, like, went really fast to me. But anyway, I got the fine water gem, so I'm happy. Right? And then we do this one. And again, with a little luck, we'll get the right kind of gem, but it doesn't matter. So this was air. So let's put you back. Let's get some airs. Let's see if I can't get you to behave. Yeah, why won't you let me add you until you're already crafting? Because you craft really fast, and I don't remember that being a thing. Like, look how fast that went, right? Am I crazy? Didn't it used to... You didn't have to do that, right? I put you in here. Nope, definitely not. Like, you have to have both in there, it seems like, before you can augment it. And you don't have a lot of time to augment it. I'm just saying. That is That is fast. That is very fast. Sweet. Okay, cool. Now that we've got all the gems, right, we can come over to these dudes and make the pedestals. So it's going to be an elemental infuser, right? We're going to need 4 more of those. Okay. So it's going to be first elemental infuser, then your gem. Then you're going to want a swift ingot, and then 2 white rocks. So we're going to need at least 1 more swift ingot. Let's put away what we can put away for the time being. I don't think I need my laser IO stuff quite right now. And I don't need any more of you. That works. And well, I may need my gem crystallizer again. So gold will do 8, and then it was drenched steel, and then copper, and then redstone. And what was the last bit? An air crystal. Cool. How about I make these off camera, and we'll be back when they're all crafted up. All right, so this is apparently pretty hefty in cost, but it looks like it's working. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from doing fire at the same time, right? And air. And finally water. Sweet. Cool, so you're done now. Task complete. I should probably be following the elemental craft quests just to make sure. This is something I'm bad about doing. I always forget that there's quests to follow because I'm like, oh, I'm having fun. Oh yeah, right, there's quests. And like invariably, like I think this happened with, what did it happen with? It happened with the pressure quests. Invariably, I like miss one step, and then like all these things that I made like didn't go through because like I didn't have like something that I needed to have. So, you know, ooh, look at this freebie. See, like I have one of these, right? Like, and I have some of these. I have all these things too. Like all of these I've made. I just didn't get the quest rewards for them. All right, cool. So you're done. Now you're working on what? Are you like actually cooking, or do you not have air? I think they're cooking. We're just being patient. Now, if I wanted to, because I don't have this hooked up yet, I could do this and that. And that'll help until these guys rebuild their buffer from me moving everything. Realistically, what I should do is have the binders on those and then the gem crystallizers and stuff on the front ones. That would probably be the smarter way to go. But we'll let this finish before we... Yeah, there you go. Cool. So then you and you and you. Cool. Right? Okay. Good deal. Now, you guys all have a decent buffer, except for water and air, but that's okay. You'll get there. I just did a whole bunch of water and air crafting, right? I made the swift ingots, and I made the other stuff. So then I'm assuming that it matters which one of these I do over here, right? Or maybe not. I don't... Actually, no, it's cycling through them all, so it really doesn't matter, it looks like. So I guess I'll do, like... some semblance of something that would make sense to my brain? Or does that... Actually, no, he doesn't seem to like that. Okay, so you want to be this one. But you do seem to be cycling between a couple different types, but I feel like this one has to go there. That works for me. Clear blocks marked in red. Oh, you don't want that there, do you? Okay, today we learned. Needs to be air. Okay, so these guys are good to go now. Now, these guys also store elements, and this is going to be the tricky part for us. We need to get elements infused into these guys, right? And I'm thinking what I do is I leave these 4 for crafting, These 4 can be the buffers and also used for like miscellaneous little things like gems and whatnot. But then we'll feed pipes out of these guys and into them to get them going. Now the Elementopedia says, as it relates to Pure Infuser, it uses pedestals to channel all 4 elements into a single item. To operate, it needs to be circled with each of the 4 pedestals, each being provided with the correct element using improved pipes. So I guess it's important that that happens. It has to be improved. Once the setup is done, you can start crafting by putting the correct ingredient on each pedestal and the main one in the Pure Infuser. Can be upgraded with up to 3 runes and 1 4 pedestals. Cool. So we should probably look at the runes. Because didn't we get like an OP looking rune? Didn't we get like a crazy rune? Or am I crazy? So there's a creative rune that we'll get from Fluxed Fire quest. That's way down here though. So I don't think we're getting that anytime soon. Yeah, probably not. But I mean, there's probably, you know, some cool runes that we could apply here. I have to look at how runes work again, but speed and element preservation. So like to me, I probably want element preservation runes more than anything, because we don't have a ton of them going on, right? They are a little, these element evaporators are just a bit on the slow side, which is a bummer, right? So like, is earth and fire about the same? I'm going to try tick accelerating this again. Small element container has been tick accelerated. No, I want. I'm going to give you like 128 and see what that does. He is burning through raw shards faster. See how, like, he's dropping down to 62-ish? So I guess you can tick accelerate them. It's good to know at least. But like, you need to tick accelerated a lot to make a difference, and that's a lot of usage of stuff. Alright. Let's do this. Let me make some improved pipes and start running some extreme dire wire under here, because this is going to be a mess. So for this, we're going to need some swift alloy stuff, right? I might just make them, you know, like right off the bat. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. So let me make a bunch of these off camera, because I know we're going to need a bunch. Because basically I need to run pipes all the way from here all the way over to there, and that's going to be a bit of a mess. Cool. So be right back. So I'm taking a look at runes, because I think they can make my life a little better here. So there's basically 3 tiers of rune. Basic, or minor, normal, and then major. This one is not great, this one's okay, and this one's the best, right? So, and then each of these runes generally either alter speed or element preservation. I'm leaning towards wanting speed on these guys. So like the Foos rune, you know, the best one would be Mewtwo, would be 30% speed and 10% element preservation. Or there's also one that's just like 50% speed and 5% element preservation loss. But these guys require major rune slates, which require a fire ingot, which we don't quite have yet, I don't think. Because that's what we need to get pure crystals before we can do Firite, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make... I happen to have one that I think I got as a quest reward. Yeah, I got one as a quest reward. I got a Foos rune. So, like, before I craft it, I guess maybe I'll try it out. So in theory, I would just put that on there, and that's it. Like, is it on there now? Oh, look at that. It's a little floating rune hanging around there. That's cool. Okay. And then in theory, that's 30% faster at processing, right? So if we watch our lasers, I definitely feel like it's refilling more quickly, right? So like that one went, and then this one went, right? Blue went, and then air went. Blue just went again, and then air went a little bit later. So it feels like it's going definitely faster, I would say. I mean, it can't hurt. So let's do it. So it should be as easy as getting a rune slate. And let's just make sure we don't have any of those already. I don't. So regular rune slates are like that. And then it's going to be you with you and a couple string. And then a rune inscription tool. I shouldn't need those no more. Sweet. And it does use some air every time you do that. I think I made an extra pristine gem, not a big deal. Okay. So now we've got 3 more Foos runes, and now we can make all 3 of you guys faster. So that's cool. It tells you in the book, like, what an object can get. So, like, it says here, it can be upgraded with 1 rune, the element evaporator. Fortunately, it's, like, kind of slow. So we'll see. All right, who's ready for some dire wire? Because this is going to get messy quick. What I did do is I added another set of small containers with evaporators on top, because evaporators are just very slow. I haven't hooked them up to lasers yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. We're going to see. I don't know. I don't like it because it looks sloppy, but also it's me, so that's not unusual. So let's start with water, because that's what this one is, right? So we're going to just run water nice and easily straight over to there. That was the easy one. Okay, that's cool, right? So now you should be potentially... Do I need to... I might have to hit you with the thing to be like, hey, extract. And that should be... Oh, look at that. Cool. Full of water. Nice. Okay, good deal. Now, you, we're going to want to make sure... Where does air live? Air is... That's earth. Air is all the way over here. Okay. This is going to get real messy real quick. This is fire, which presumably is here, right? So that's going to be fire. Kind of want to just like run that straight across here, but that's my entryway, but that's okay. I could probably survive around that. Okay. And then you're going to probably want to go... So if I do this, I want to disconnect these dudes, right? And same for you. And then you're going to go this way to go looping all the way around. And then earth, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I think we can pull it off. So that's going to be earth. So realistically, if I ran this way, we'd be cool with air, right? So that would be air. We're definitely going to need a few more of these. At least a few more of these. That's pretty cool. So extracting air. Fire is going to be a little bit of a pain, but we can manage. Cool, cool, and cool. And now you guys should all be good. Beautiful. So then the last thing we'll need to do is just run you, break the connection, you, break the connection, and run it this way. And we're definitely going to need a few of these. I don't love them all running next to each other like that. Like, I like that I have a space between each, but that does mean going a little bit further out. And we're out of Swift ingots, so we're going to need more of those. Now, if I just moved this up a little bit, I think we'd be cool. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, so let me craft up just a few more Swift dudes. Element binder. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right, so we should be good now, I think. So I can just run this guy across to here, and then all we have to do is say don't connect that, right? And then you get extracting. And that's cool. Beautiful, right? So now you guys all have the necessary stuff. What I might do for fun is get a little bit more dirt and then just expand this dude out a little. So it's not, you know, it just so happens that this one is the only one without a solid base. So it looks weird being on the, like all the others are full blocks, right? But that one is not, so that's okay. So now we're cool, right? So we should be good to make pure crystals, which is awesome. And you guys are doing a good job. Obviously, we burned a lot of air just now, but like water's filling up pretty quickly. So I really think that we're in a good place with that. And what I'll do is, you know, manually populate some excess filling uppers, right? So we can put some, you know, you in there, and that's going to be a good time to help speed up the process of filling these buffers back up, right? Cool. Yeah, air is already pretty much back stuffed on this one, so we're going to be filling these back. They're going to be full very soon. Awesome. So should we try making a pure crystal? I think so. So all I should need is a whole bunch of elemental power, a diamond in the middle, and one of each crystal on each pedestal, right? So all I should need is some crystals, right? Going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then earth gets earth, air, fire, water, and then a diamond in the middle. Oh my goodness, that was quick. Holy cow, was that fast. That was cool. I don't know how much of stuff it used, but that was fast. Holy cow, that was like really fast. I was not prepared for how fast that was. I wonder if they, like, altered it, because I remember that taking a really long time in the past. I wonder if this pack has altered those so that they're cheaper, elemental-wise. That makes sense? Like, maybe? So then earth, water, fire, air, diamond, earth, water, fire, air. Whoops, it didn't want to do that. That's okay. Oh, neat. I got a powerful air shard for throwing that thing. Okay. You can go in there, I think. Earth, water, fire, air. Bing. So now we've got pure crystals, which do all kinds of cool things, right? They're really quite good at doing stuff. Okay, they're like the top tier resource for some things. So like they really make stuff awesome. In addition to that, we're going to be able to make fire ingots now, which should be cool. Somewhere in here. There we go. Now we can make our fire ingots, and fire ingots will be allowed for major runes, which is cool. So we can probably go remove all the runes and like bump them up to 50% boosts, right? Ooh, that's cool looking. Ooh, optimization shrine upgrade. Neat. We can pure infuse to get pure rock, which is neat. I don't know what that's exactly used for. And then we can energize these into flux infused ingots, which again is what I need to get better magnets. So if we got 6 fireite, we could get 12 flux-infused magnets, I believe. Fluxite? Yeah, right? Cool. And that's what we need per radius around the things, right? And then we just need 6 volatile substrates as well. So I think that's cool. So how about we do this? Let's wrap up the episode here. I'll make a few more pures between episodes. Then I'll come back. We'll look into making the fireite that we need, which shouldn't be too bad, right? Just need some fire, which we've been barely using. So it should be cool. Needs another swift. Needs another swift. I need a lot of swift alloy ingots. I might automate these because of how many of them I've been making. But yeah, when we get back next time, we'll be ready to go. Cool? So for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. For now, take it easy.